Hey Maker's Gonna Learn friends, how are you all today? I'm excited to be here with you today. My name is Becca Oakes. I am a craft producer here with Maker's Gonna Learn, and I'm excited to craft today. So what we're going to be talking about is Sport Flex Iron-On. If you've done much cricketing, much crafting in the die cut world, then you've likely used regular iron-on, just an everyday iron-on, which can be used, it's also referred to as HTV, but it can be used on cottons, it can be used on blends, it can be used on felt and wood and canvas and polyester, and I mean just so many different things, and it's really great. But if you're wanting to use an iron-on on like a nylon or a polyester bathing suit or something that has a little bit of stretch in it, you're likely going to want to use Sport Flex Iron-On. If you've looked in your craft aisle at all, then you've probably seen it. And honestly, I'm going to be completely honest. When I first started crafting, I accidentally grabbed a Sport Flex Iron-On, took it home, and then went to create a shirt for my son using a 100% cotton shirt. And when it melted on there, I did not understand why. And then got to looking at it, and it was Sport Flex Iron-On. So just make sure that you are using the correct iron-on for the project that you're doing. But Sport Flex Iron-On is not something that we do a lot around here, and we did get some questions for it, so we wanted to just clearly go through Sport Flex Iron-On and do a cute little project with you guys using that product. Excuse me. So Sport Flex Iron-On is, if you're looking at it compared to regular iron-on, it looks the exact same. So it has that clear backing, which is your transfer sheet. You have to mirror it when you're cutting. If you're using the Cricut one especially, you have to mirror it when you're cutting. It kind of feels the same on the back, so it's hard to tell which one is Sport Flex Iron-On and which one is like an everyday iron-on. So once you open them, once they're out of the package, obviously when they're in the package, it clearly says what they are. But if you were to open it up and then put it in your craft bin, you're likely not going to know which is which. So make sure that you're clearly labeling them when you're finished using them, or clearly putting them in separate bins altogether. There's a little tip. Anyway, for supplies today, all we're going to be needing is a bathing suit. This is just a plain two-piece bathing suit that we got from Amazon. We will link that below for sure. We're going to be using white Sport Flex Iron-On. I do have this black here just because I wanted to show you the packaging, and I'll do an up close of that in just a second. And then I have my heat mat. I have a Teflon sheet. And then I have my easy press and then some weeding tools, and that's all we need. It's going to be a quick and easy project. It's super easy to weed like regular HTV. But let's go ahead and go over into Design Space, and I'll show you really quickly the font that we used. It is a Maker's Gonna Learn font. If you are not familiar with Maker's Gonna Learn, familiarize yourself with us. We would love to have you as a member crafting with us and enjoying all the benefits of a Maker's Gonna Learn member. One of those benefits of a yearly member are our fonts. And so this font, this Scalloped Monogram font, is one of the many fonts that we do offer our members. So become a member and have access to these fonts and tons of others and cut files and so many other things that our members enjoy. But let's get started over in Design Space, and I'll show you really quickly how to cut this out and put it on your bathing suit. Okay, we are over in Design Space, but before I show you this really quickly, I want to show you our website. If you go to our font page on our website, then you can see right here there are other categories, and then we do have this monogram category. So when you scroll down, we have all of these specific monograms, and we're going to be using this Scalloped Monogram. Now, as you can see on these monograms, there is a left side, a middle, and a right side. And when you download this file, your font file, there are actually going to be 3 files in it. So you have all of your letters that go on the left side of the monogram, all of your letters that go in the middle of the monogram, and all of your letters that go on the right side of the monogram. So you will have to install 3 kind of different fonts because it is different cut files, but you need all of them, or it's not different cut files, it's different font files. And you will need all of them for just to make one, monogram that looks really nice. Anyway, so once you have those installed, then you can just go into your Cricut Design Space and I inserted this little box right here is 2.5 inches high, which is the height that I had in between my seams on my bathing suit. So that's where I got those dimensions there. And then really quickly, I just want to show you, let's put an O right here. And then I'm going to go up to my font and I will put in scalloped. And when I type in scalloped, it says scalloped monogram center, scalloped monogram left, and scalloped monogram right. So it's those 3 different font files that I told you about. And then so this is the center. And then you would add one for the left and one for the right, just like this. So E. As you guys know, and if you don't know, then I'm going to let you in on it. The letter on the left side of the monogram is the first letter, the letter for the first name. And then the one on the right is the middle name or second name. So let's go ahead and add that, and then we'll select scalloped monogram right. And as you can see, did you see how it changed that? Let's go back and look again. So before, oh, I accidentally deleted it there. Before it was selected for the left side, and you could see it had the curve on the left side. Now when I change it to the right, it has the curve on the right side. So that is why you need both of them. And one thing that I would do, you want this to be the same size as this, so you can just look at the height, which is 2.309, and then come up here, select that, and type in that new dimension, and then it's the same height, just like that. So the letter on the right is the letter for the second name. So like this monogram is for my daughter, Emery Fallon Oaks. So we have Emery for the E, Fallon over here on the right, and then O for the Oaks right in the center. So that's how a monogram works. Once you get that finished, I'm actually just going to delete this because I like the sizing up here of this one, and I will get rid of this because I don't need it. But I did weld these together because I want them all cut out together. So just select all of them, and then weld will be highlighted, or will be an option. You'll press weld. Then you can go press make it. And we're going to mirror this because it is an iron-on, so it's going to be cut out upside down. And then we will connect to our machine, and we're going to select the material that we're cutting out with. So we'll go to browse all materials, and then we're just going to type in sport, and then Sport Flex Iron-On will come up. We'll select done, and then we're going to insert into the machine and let it cut. I wanted to show you really quickly, I said earlier I would give you a close-up. This is the Sport Flex Iron-On. As you can see right here, it does say Sport Flex. And then it also says that it is for nylon and polyester. And some of these will tell you on some of the instructions in the back that you need to use a protective sheet on top when you're ironing. This one actually does not say that, but I highly recommend using a protective sheet in between because Sport Flex Iron-On is a little bit thinner than traditional iron-on. So just regular HTV, and if you you do apply heat at a lower temperature because of that as well, and you just want to protect it because it's thinner. You don't want it to get like super hot and melty and just ruin your project. So definitely use that heat or the protective sheet, like a Teflon sheet, when you are using Sport Flex Iron-On. Anyway, I went ahead and weeded our monogram. It was really easy to do. Like regular iron-on, it just comes off really easy. It is a little bit thinner, so if you were doing some smaller, more intricate things, you would need to be more careful because it can rip. But something bigger like this was just super easy and quick. So all we're going to do is grab our mat there, and then I want to put this in between here because I have this, the ledge, like the seam right here, and then I have this tag, and I don't want it to be kind of bumpy underneath. So I want to just put this through here so that I'm creating kind of a, you know, a flat surface. And then I will apply my monogram. So the sheet that this Sport Flex vinyl is on, it's not super sticky and it's not wanting to stay down. So what I'm going to do is place it, and then I'm going to use this heat protective tape and tape tape it down so that it doesn't move when I go to apply heat toward it. So this is just, like I said, a heat resistant tape that's really good for this particular project, or infusible ink or something like that. Once I have it taped down and feel like it's really good and secure, then I am personally just going to reference our Cricut Printable guide. This is a Maker's Gonna Learn resource that's available to all of our members. And one of the awesome things that's in it is a easy press temperature chart. And Sport Flex Iron-On is not a material that I use a whole lot, so sometimes it's hard for me to remember what temperature my easy press needs to be set on, whether or not I need to peel it off cool or warm, and then how long I need to let it set. So I'm going to let it set for 30 seconds and we're going to go from there. It's going to be set to 305. And then I'm wanting to fold this because I don't want this to be stretched out when I'm applying. And then I just wanted to make sure it was in there good. So I'm going to fold this in half, put it inside the little suit here, and then we'll press it on there. Okay, once the time is finished, you can just peel it up a little bit on one side to make sure that it is sticking down, kind of look all around, and then remember to peel it off warm. It is okay to do that. We have it there. Super cute. So as you can see, this Sport Flex Iron-On stretches with the bathing suit really cute. It looks really adorable. And there you have it, a super easy, fun way to use Sport Flex Iron-On. I hope this answered any questions that you might have about it. That's really very similar to regular iron-on. You just have to pay attention to the settings, the heat settings, how long you're leaving it on, and the material that you're applying it to. Enjoy crafting, guys. If you aren't a subscriber to Maker's Gonna Learn here on our YouTube channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. We would love to craft with you every day. Leave us a nice comment, a thumbs up, and come craft with us another day. Happy crafting. Have a good day.